great. You touch on, I guess, the LGBT community, and I know there's been some demonstrations recently at the Capitol building. It's called the Add the Four Words movement. And as a Mormon, I share this belief with my church that homosexuality is not the best way to raise a family. So that's a personal moral value that I hold.
Yeah.
And I think the church is right to promote heterosexual marriage. On the other hand, I guess I kind of have this sense of humility that says other religious groups and other people may understand and feel differently. And I think that's one of the reasons why we have freedom of religion, is so that if what I think may be the optimal way to do things in the right way, other people may not think. And there's going to be this competition, as it were, or a place for people to go when they can't live in a peaceful way with the group that they were with, whether it's a religious group or a job or whatever. So I've been very much in favor of Add the Words. I think it helps people who come from my background to learn to be caring and loving people towards those who are very different, and maybe do something that we don't find comfortable to think about.
Right.
So I guess I'm reading you that you support Add the Words.
Absolutely, I was a co-sponsor of Add the Words. And I really appreciate kind of the nuanced and thoughtful view that you're bringing to that. But that's exactly right. It, kind of comes down to a separation of church and state issue, really, where, a religion might believe, a certain thing, but that as a state we have to view everybody equally and we have to protect everybody equally. And you have to really, sometimes you're the fly, sometimes you're the windshield, right? So, you would hate to be in a situation where, somebody didn't like folks of the LDS religion and wanted to throw LDS folks out of their restaurant. You would want that same protection regardless of what the group is. And some groups may feel one thing, some may feel another, but as a society I think we need to protect everybody's right to operate in the parameters of our society as an equal and, as I said, kind of a first-class citizen, and make sure that nobody is kind of slotted down to a lower caste by virtue of any characteristic about themselves.
Great, and if you ever watch the Add the Words documentary, I'm in it. So
Fantastic!
You can get the rest of my opinion there.
I really want to see that.
That's a quick plug for because I've been involved in it. I admit, but I feel like my influence has been to try to not only calm down the tension, on the side of Latter-day Saints, but also I think the LGBT community needs to learn the same mutual respect for our values that are held in our own religious sphere. But when we get to the educational and the the market, the economy, we're talking about a different story where we need to learn to be supportive of one another.
We are America's built on tolerance, and that's what makes us great, is that we can have so many different people living peacefully together, and this just gets to that essence. But thank you for your work on that issue.
I'll try not to steal the show. So we're having trouble getting the Add the Words, put on the table for a vote. And I guess there's all this confusion. Well, who's stopping it? Why aren't they doing it? I've heard rumor that some Republicans are saying, yes, we want to bring it to the table, but we can't do it yet. And you maybe know more? I don't know.
I wish I knew more. No, it was very frustrating for us. We very much, we had a bill, we were ready to bring it, and we could not, as an 18% minority in the legislature, it would be nice if we had a little more clout in there, but unfortunately, the Republicans chair every single committee. They have a complete stranglehold over what bills can get a hearing and what can't. And if the chair of that committee refuses to get a hearing, there is just no way that we can get it on the agenda. So it was really very, very frustrating. We wanted to desperately. I don't know. I think, there was some talk about it being a primary year. I think a lot of folks are feeling pressure from the extreme right, and it's causing a little bit of a convergence between the moderate Republicans and the extreme Republicans, because the moderate Republicans are afraid that if they don't do everything the extreme right Republicans want, that they will be primaried. I'm optimistic that maybe in a non-election year things will be better. I can only hope, but I don't know if any committee chairman is going to let us have a hearing this time. But I think the public pressure is instrumental, and my hats are off to all the thousands of people that came out to bring that pressure. Because if anything happens, it'll be because of those folks.
Yeah, I thought the protests were very well done.
Very.